Good morning to all. Thank you for the warm welcome, Ramya and Anisha, who's coordinating. Good to see fellow speakers whom I know, Harleen and Himja, and perhaps I know the others, but there's a lot of light on me and not enough on you, so I can't see everyone. But good to see a full hall, as Ramya said, and always a pleasure to be speaking to a hall which is very diverse itself. The audience is, I think, about 60-40 in favor of the ladies, hopefully. I haven't done a head count yet. Firstly, let me say that I'm always inspired by such initiatives which are unique, and we could see the fire in the eyes of the CPO, and he was pretty much enthusiastic about what's happening thousands of miles away, which is in Chandigarh. And he's in Bellevue, right? So fantastic to be connected to him as well and listening to the vision. I want to request you to tell me, what is the key word out here on the board? Is the key word rise? Of course, EDIFECS is the key word, don't worry about that. EDIFECS is surely the key word, but apart from that, what is the other key word? Anyone? Just say it without raising your hand. Together. So together is the key word. Anything we do together is bound to be better than what we do when we think only unidimensionally. So multi-dimension is what human beings should be about. Another key word is we, which is also about togetherness. And if you look at awe, it also has we in it, right? So we are part of awe at the moment. And let's hope we're all awestruck by the end of this day. And we learn, we gain, we ingrain, we imbibe, and we try and become better versions of ourselves. Trying to understand why we're here and what we're doing. So maybe I'll walk around in a bit because I need to catch up with my steps. But the thing is that, what are we here for? Are we here to listen to people and try and learn some lessons and then have lunch and whatever and go back to our humdrum lives and forget what happened today? Usually conferences, meetings, takeaways are there, but they don't last. Because life takes over once again. You watch a movie and you're very excited, fantastic film, and after a week, the impact is less. Human beings are prone to becoming less interested in something as the passage of time takes place. We all know about relationships, first day, first show, the first day at a workplace, a sense of ennui. How many of you have read P.G. Wodehouse? Can you raise your hands? Rightly, Ramya, very good. That's why you're the leader of the house. P.G. Wodehouse would use a word like ennui, new word for you guys, some of you, E-N-N-U-I, pronounced as ennui, which is basically a sense of boredom. A sense of boredom. Human beings take things for granted. And there's nothing wrong with that because we are all human. Nothing is perfect. So people become used to others. They become used to the job, they become used to their relationships, they become used to their positions, and they become used to power, money, and fame at times. And these are three imposters. I know this is not an English thing, but thinking as a writer, Kipling, Rudyard Kipling has a poem called If. And in that, success and failure are both imposters. Success and failure are both imposters. So with that philosophical start, let me come to the point. The point is diversity, inclusion. Men and women, Ramya said men and women. Let me say women and men. It could be any way. It's not alphabetical order, is it? I mean, M comes before W in the alphabet. But W comes before M in many other things. Let me say that the women of India, and this is a topic I speak on often, have actually held the families together. They've held the society together. And often they've suffered in silence for years and not spoken out against male dominance and patriarchal societies, families. There was a film you must have seen about these two ladies who were shooters, and they were from a very rustic belt in the UP. I forget the name, anyone? Bullseye का हिंदी में क्या होता है? Sorry? सांड की आंख. सांड की आंख. Bull's eye. Now when I saw this title, सांड की आंख, I said to my kids, I am not going to watch this. What is this सांड की आंख? They said, Papa, it's bullseye. So really, bullseye? Yeah, if you translate it, सांड is bull and आंख is eye, so bullseye. When I went to watch it, I loved it. Because these two ladies, almost in parda and ghungat, would go and surreptitiously go for shooting practice and come back without the father-in-law knowing about it. And he would think that they're, sleeping or cooking or in their women quarters. And he was a very dominant person. But they became champion shooters on the sly. And they started winning medals, gold medals. And they were doing their best to keep it hidden from him. But they went on for years. It's a true story, I believe, based on two real ladies from that part. Women are basically superior to men. Let me say this very emphatically to men over here, and I'm one of them. Very clearly, I don't have any, I'm going to take a dig at millennials, he, him, and she, her, and all that. The thing is, women have sensibilities, sensitivities, emotional intelligence levels, which are perhaps a little higher, and definitely perhaps a little higher than men. They have to take in things which are multifarious, multidimensional, more than men. There are so many things involved in life. And I was reading a study by BlackRock, I think, which says that companies which have diversity as their prime motto have outperformed companies which don't by 2% on performance indicators worldwide. And they studied about 1,500 companies. The least diverse companies were performing pretty averagely. So one word that I want to throw at you now, apart from togetherness, is empathy. Empathy for who we are not. No one in this world is the same as another, not even twins. My sisters are twins. They are identical twins. The other type is fraternal twins. So the identical twins were the same till about 10 years of age. I saw my sisters looking, only I or my mother could recognize, or father could recognize them. And nobody else could. But even they are distinct from each other now. They have kids and they look the same still. People mistake them for each other lots of times. And many humorous situations also have resulted as a result, which I won't go into right now. But no two people are the same. And if we respect others who are not similar to us, then we are empathetic enough to understand others and accommodate others' points of view. And even to flourish while understanding the other point of view. So I've been in the Indian Administrative Service. It's just a matter of fact statement. And I once went to a village where we were trying to increase, the whole state was trying to increase the sex ratio of Haryana. It was about 900 per 1,000, which is abysmal. Abysmal. I borrowed that from Mr. Shashi Tharoor. It is really poor. Now, 900 went to 925 or something, sustained efforts. Awareness. I went to this village and the parents would not send their girls for education after class 10. The reason, they have to go by bus and the boys will trouble them, they come back late, it's long distance. Till class 10 the school is nearby and then you have to go far away to study in class 11. So they wouldn't send them. I had a posse of lady officers with me. And men, of course. And I'm telling these people there that unless you enable your children to study, how are they going to become officers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, professionals? How are they going to succeed in life? If they are homemakers, how are they going to be balanced homemakers? What is it that they're going to learn if they don't study more? So you're trying to inspire them there. So the service gave me that insight into the variety of thought processes that India has especially. Now, I often take digs at places like Finland and Denmark and Sweden. Sweden is a bit more diverse. Finland, you'll see 6'4", blonde, blue-eyed, men, women, sameness. I hope nobody's from Finland, but anyway, my compliments to you. The thing is, India is where diversity truly exists. And the guy next to you, maybe, you just don't know who he is or she is. There's Elante Mall right here. The same group, Hyatt and Elante Mall, which is next door, is owned by the same group. You go there and you will find a girl or a boy who looks like a model, even a supermodel. And today could be from any background. And I feel so proud at times because my constituency is the youth. 8 million you mentioned. Somebody mentioned 8 million. I'm trying to increase that to 20 million. I want these youth to listen to me when I say the right things. The thing I'm trying to say is that India is more diverse than any other country. If we in our companies can promote, encourage diversity, empathy for those whom we are not, then we grow. We may grow in numbers, as I said, but we certainly grow as an organization with values. Now, Ramya is Director, People and Culture. Anyone who knows who is Mike Brearley, please raise your hands. Mike Brearley. I expect someone on that table to know. No? Mike Brearley? Anyone? Mike Brearley? Can't see everyone here. Former England captain, cricket, where the Cricket World Cup is on. Brearley was the captain of England only for his people skills. Ian Botham was a difficult person to manage. He was a great all-rounder. Kapil Dev, Ian Botham, Imran Khan, Richard Hadley, that level. Better than Ben Stokes and Hardik Pandya. Ian Botham was difficult to manage. But Mike Brearley had people skills. His batting average was 23 or 24. Not good enough to be in the team, Brearley. But he was in the team as a captain. Now, Dhoni was a cricket performer. Then he was a good captain. He couldn't be in the team if he was only a captain. But Brearley was only a captain almost. Very rarely did he score runs. I played cricket at the CK Naidu level. So Brearley was a people's person, and Botham said, this guy has a degree in people. Whereas he didn't have a degree in psychology or anything like that. So what we need to work with is people. And what we need to understand is people. And we will respect others if we understand that people are not automatons. Now, I'm an electronics engineer like many of you may be. There may be a chip in my wrist after 5 years which replaces this, or in my retina, or somewhere else, I don't know where. The point is that I will become a semi-automaton. But can I still retain my humanness, my humane attitude towards others? What is greater, respect or authority? Loudly, please. Respect is greater than authority. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question because I'm probably midway through my keynote. Am I? I think so. So anyway, let me know when there are 5 minutes to go, somebody. I'm going to ask you a question. What is the goal of life? And it's one word. Anyone want to raise their hands and answer this difficult one? What is the goal of EDIFECS? You know. I'm not going to ask you that because I don't know it exactly as well as you know. Though I know what EDIFECS is, and it's a company of high value. Not only monetarily, but also high values. High values, which has an extra S. What is the goal of life, please? Okay, that's 3 words, but I agree with you. Round of applause for, raise your hands and tell me your name. Tell me your name. Akash. Akash, round of applause. Louder round of applause, please. The goal of life is happiness. It cannot be anything else. Do Golgappas give us happiness? Pani Puri? Puchka? I think Hyatt can arrange some if you tell them. By evening 4 o'clock. Challenge to the organizing team. I've done many events here at Hyatt and they can do it. Puchka in Rajasthan or Bengal, perhaps, I don't know. It gives us happiness. For how long? Mangoes, chocolates, kisses. For how long? Oh, I mean the chocolates wala kisses. There are some chocolates which were known as kisses. I don't know if they're around now. How long? Fleeting. Fleeting. Right now you're all eating out of my hand. You're absorbed in what I'm saying. So I want to tell you the crux of it. Happiness comes from within. It comes from within. It doesn't come from Golgappas. Permanent happiness doesn't come from Golgappa. It comes from your attitude. It comes from your way of thinking. It comes from your mindset. So the mindset is the key to everything that we're talking about today. If my mind respects others, I will be a happy person because my emotional intelligence is higher, my acceptance of others is higher, my empathy is higher, and the universe is conspiring to help me because I'm helpful to others and respectful for towards others. Can we tone down the lights a little bit, possible? Basically, as you grow older, you want less spotlight on your face. I was on the Ranveer show. Anyone follow Ranveer here? TRS, beer biceps, all the backbenchers, okay. Anyone follow Raj Shamani? Raj Shamani, also a few people, okay. So I was on both these podcasts, lighter moment in my speech. So this guy has high resolution cameras and spotlight. I said, isko kam karo yaar. You are a 26-year-old, right? I don't want this light on me. I want less light, less spotlight. But they're worth watching those videos. Let me do some sales with your permission, Ramya. I'll get some followers on Instagram today, right? About 100. And those who don't follow me, I'll see you later on Instagram. Another point I'd like to make, I've made my point pretty emphatically already, is through a story. And this story is about a great musician, Pedrevsky. Pedrevsky. Now you didn't know who Bradley is, so I don't expect you to know who Pedrevsky is. I didn't know who Pedrevsky is, by the way. IAS के लिए पढ़ना पड़ता है, तो Bradley and all I knew. Sorry about that Hindi, maybe some of you don't understand Hindi. But Pedrevsky was a great piano player. And he was to appear before an audience of 500 on the stage for a concert. You know, the great, yesterday, the day before, Arijit Singh was here in Chandigarh, right? And there were lakhs of, thousands of people, let's say. I believe it was well organized. The other day, Sonu Nigam was here in Elante. Well organized. Similar, let's say similar. Pedrevsky, going to appear on stage and play the piano for 90 minutes. 500 people. Now one lady walks in with a 6-year-old child. And this 6-year-old child is naughty, as children are. And minus 12 kids are not allowed. Below 12, not allowed. But she smuggles the child in and goes and sits somewhere in the back. And she wants to listen to Pedrevsky, and her husband has gone somewhere, whatever it is. Maybe she's a single woman. And she's sitting there quietly trying to hide the child. She smuggled him in somehow. She knows they'll be thrown out if someone sees them. And she spots a friend sitting 2 rows ahead. Now, ladies often spot friends sitting 2 rows ahead. Men can also spot them. And they want to talk to them, because they've been on WhatsApp for so long. But this is 1920, so no WhatsApp. So they want to talk to each other. She goes to talk to this friend before the concert has begun. And she tells the child, don't get up from here, I'm just back in 1 minute. She goes and the child runs. Naughty boy. Naughty boy. Now this naughty boy, he finds a sign saying no entry somewhere. He goes inside. And he finds himself on the stage with the curtain closed and the piano is there. He starts playing the piano. I don't know whether there were mics at that time, but everyone could hear the piano, obviously. Ting, 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 ting. He doesn't know how to play. So he just, children. Now the mother comes back. Three things happen at the same time. The mother returns, shocked to find that the child is not there, turns around to see that the child is playing the piano on the stage. Now she thinks she's going to be arrested. Pedrevsky walks onto the stage and the curtain is open. Now Pedrevsky has two options. He's a great man. He has the option of losing his cool because there's a child playing the piano when he's supposed to play. Now Virat Kohli is going to bat on his birthday and some child goes to bat instead of him. What is he going to do? I mean, he's going to be ruffled. Now Pedrevsky could have called the ushers. By the way, those who think the word is usherers, it is ushers, not usherers. He calls the ushers and he says, he could call the ushers and say, take this child away. But he doesn't do that. He says, bring another stool. Bring another stool. Can this be switched on? Bring another stool. And he starts playing with the child. He improvises his tunes to the child's beat, to the child's tune. And the child is just fitur, passion. He's just going on and on and on. So Pedrevsky improvises and plays for 90 minutes with the child, and it becomes an altogether new experience for the audience. He forgets his original plans, and he is so accommodating, so flexible, so understanding of this new situation that he produces a masterpiece. One day he goes on to become the president or prime minister of Poland. This is in Poland. I don't know why he became the president or prime minister, not because of this episode, but he was a great man. What is it that we learn from Pedrevsky in this story? Raise your hands, please. Yeah. Adaptability, which I said already. What's your name? Chirag. Any other thing we learn from Pedrevsky? A very key concept, quality to have. Empathy. But something more basic. Yes? Sorry, louder. Finding happiness in the moment, yeah. Think a little laterally. Basic quality when you come on stage. Arrogance or humility. Humility. Humbleness. He could have been arrogant as a great performer. So humility is something which makes us understand others better. Of course, what do we learn from the mother? What not to do? But she was passionate about her wanting to listen to the concert. She broke the rules. The child broke the rules. But what do we learn from the child? To be fearless. To be fearless. Sometimes we have to have that childlike enthusiasm. How many of you read the autobiography of a yogi? Paramahansa Yogananda? Somebody has a half hand raised anyway. He says, be like a child. Without resentment, without attachment. Difficult. We become fearful as we grow older. Children are fearless. When you throw a child in the air playfully, the mother catches the child. Has any mother dropped that catch? Or father? The child doesn't know how it is to feel hurt on the floor. So the child is fearless. We have taken some knocks in life. Nobody here who has had a smooth life? Anyone? Totally smooth, no problems ever? Perfect life? Not possible. The French would say, c'est pas possible. It's not possible. Ho nahi sakta. So we need to understand that life is going to be full of knocks. But we still have empathy for others who are undergoing similar or different problems. So if we are understanding of others, our whole mindset will be accommodating, will be of teamwork. Nobody is like us exactly. Somebody likes gobi paratha with butter. Somebody likes gobi paratha with achar. Somebody likes gobi paratha with chutney. I'm just giving an example. My favorite breakfast is idli sambar, by the way. And gobi paratha is number 2. Really, I'm not saying this because Ramya is from Kerala or whatever. I'm not saying it because of that. The point is, we need to understand people are not like us. Then, maybe 2 more points before I close. Is that okay, time-wise? Are we doing okay? Where is the timekeeper? You are. Yes, Anisha. Okay. So, 2 more points. Let's talk about consciousness. Consciousness. What are we thinking during our day? Where is my thought? Typically, our thoughts are in the past or the future, not in the present. You've heard of mindfulness. You've heard of Thich Nhat Hanh, Buddhist thought leader. Baad mein dekh lena. Thich Nhat Hanh. Mindfulness, being in the present moment. But another thing that I want to really emphasize here is that our consciousness cannot be money, power, increment, promotion. That is material success, which is required. I have to be ambitious. I have to meet my targets. I've worked for KPMG and PwC also. I understand the corporate world. I worked for the government. So I understand the mindset of a professional who's out to make a mark. By the way, one of my inadvertent quotes is, life is not about marks. Life is about making a mark. So making a mark means what? It means raising the level of your consciousness. Raising the level of your perspective. I asked you initially, why are we here? I didn't mean why are we here in this hall. Why are we here on this planet? You raise your consciousness. How many of you meditate? Fearlessly tell me, fearlessly. I'm not going to, nothing against meditation, right? There are about half a dozen people, very good. How many of you have tried to meditate and given up? Very good, excellent, excellent. Very bad actually. That's terrible. Meditation is difficult. The thing is to make the effort. Somebody told me, I meditated for a week, but my thoughts were too many, so I stopped. Excellent, well done. The point is, the consciousness will only improve if we meditate and think of the bigger picture. So go within and analyze and introspect where I am. Am I respectful to others? Am I provoked too often? Am I snappy? Am I calm or am I restless? Am I a criticizer or am I a praiser, encourager? There's a quote by someone. Be an encourager. The world is full of critics. And there's Stan Dale. Stan Dale is an author. He says, I operate as if everyone in this world is out to enhance my well-being. Which means we are suspicious of the landlord, suspicious of the boss, suspicious of this one, that one. This one is going to harm me in some way. We don't need to be so guarded. You can be receptive to good vibes. The millennial word, good vibes. Good vibes are all around us. We need to receive them by raising the level of our consciousness and raising the level of this event also. By thinking a little more deeply than just my job, my money, my this, my that, my phone. How many of you own a Lamborghini? What is the song? Should we sing it together for a line? I'm not a singer, but we can try it. Everyone know the Lamborghini song? Yeah, Punjabi, of course. You think they sing Lamborghini songs in Kerala or in Tamil? Only Punjabis sing Lamborghini songs. Lamborghini. Not bad. So the thing is, we don't need a Lamborghini. We need an, what is it? Nano? No. Alto? We need something that runs. How much money do we need? It is the goodwill that we accumulate that matters. So this is a keynote, but I'm also giving you some life lessons which I give to youngsters. Most of you are younger than me. I'm hoping to find someone who's older than me here. But anyway, the point is that We need to understand that money, power, and fame are not the goals that we seek. They're not the goals. Don't worry, sit down, I'm coming. I'm stopping. I'm about to stop. You see, I live on the stage. I live on the stage, so I know exactly what is happening in the hall. I don't need reminders. So, I want to give you 3 takeaways from this. The first takeaway is empathy is the key. Compassion is the key. And compassion doesn't mean that passion kam ho gaya. Compassion for others. Compassion for others makes us grow as human beings. When we understand and accommodate and adapt to others and their ways of thinking. How many techies are going to be techies for life? You have to lead people. People's skills are again required by all professionals. Except for the Nobel Prize in Literature, no Nobel Prize can be won alone. Even the literature guy needs a publisher. The chemistry Nobel laureate or the physics Nobel laureate needs a team of researchers who he or he has to lead. Right? So number 1 is empathy and compassion. Number 2 is the mindset. Overall mindset. Raise the level of your mind. Don't get into pettiness. Don't get into criticizing others. It saps your energy. It's not what you're here for. And number 3, in order to grow as a human being, we need to be multidimensional. I cannot be just a hedgehog. A hedgehog is an animal which goes deep into the ground, like a mole. There's a hedgehog cafe in Chandigarh, right? Sector 7. Good coffee. Hedgehog, no. We need to be a fox, not in the negative sense, but an all-rounder who is a leader. So each one of you here is a leader. A leader has to accommodate other ways of thinking and have multi-dimensional creative skills. So if you play the guitar on Sunday, you'll be better on Monday at work. Thank you very much for inviting me, EDIFECS and Ramya. I think it was fantastic to be here. And maybe I overstepped my mark by 5 minutes, I'm not sure. But I really feel enthused when I have a receptive audience. And this is a very receptive audience. I would like to congratulate you for your initiatives. And I'm not in awe as yet of what you're doing, but I hope to be in future.